The fun never ends with these three best friends. The fun never ends with the boys. With the boys.
Hello, thank you for joining us. This is this is WIUX LP Bloomington, and you are listening to The Boys Cold One Hour. I'm Billy.
I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Clay.
And we have a very special episode for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Jonathan, do you want to play whatever you were about to?
Oh no, that was an accident. We'll save that for later.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but
thank you for tuning in. So do what we do every week. Open your fridge or your cooler or whatever you use.
Yeah.
Grab a cold one and crack it open.
It's pretty cold outside.
Very cold.
Yep.
Freezing.
Yeah.
It's only getting colder. Ooh.
Sadly.
That sounds good.
That sounds real good.
Who are those boys on the radio? They've got some cold ones and their own show. So open up your ears, listen to us. Forget your fears, there's no need to fuss. Cause the fun never ends with these three best friends. The fun never ends with the boys. With the boys. We're so glad you're here listening to us on a lovely Monday night at 11:01 p.m. now. And we got a great show planned for you.
We do. We have a couple special topics that we'll get into in a little
Two
bit.
Two topics, actually. Which usually we only, if you listen, you know usually only one.
Real listeners know.
Yeah,
the real fans know.
This is a special occasion. Because a lot of the times we have ideas for topics, but they're just, maybe they're a little bit too short for an entire show.
They're a little too highbrow for our audiences.
I know. Well,
Like theoretical physics, the Roman Empire, things like that.
Small topics that we can just quickly gloss over very quickly.
Right, yeah.
But they're really good topics. And
They're great topics.
We wanted to talk about them, so we thought, why not?
But they might not be like a full show.
Yeah, why not have
Maybe they could be, though. We'll
multiple topics in one show?
Yeah.
How about that for once?
It's never been done before.
I know. By anyone.
First time, anybody. Not even on our show, on WOX, in the planet, in media. So we're really excited to be bringing you...
Maybe. Yeah.
Hair Week.
Hair Week.
Wait, sorry, wrong order. Coincidence.
Crazy coincidence.
Crazy, specifically Crazy Coincidence Week.
And Hair 101.
Hair. Everybody has it.
Some people don't. If you have
not everybody has it.
Some people have less.
Yeah.
Everybody has it. Not everybody wants it.
True.
Everybody wants it. Not everybody has it. No, some people have alopecia, which is
true. I guess you're right. Not everybody has it.
They're hairless.
They might have a hair, as in a rabbit.
That's true.
But they might not.
Yeah.
So, and also we'll be talking about crazy coincidences. But first, to do a bit of an old tradition here at the Boys Cold One Hour, dating back 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Can't believe it.
It's time for the Boy Wonder, Boy Blunder, or in this case, the Boy Harry
and the Boy Scary.
So this week, the Boy Harry was somebody who, since we're celebrating hair this week, the Boy Harry did something good. He did something worthy of praise.
We like hair.
I mean,
some good hair.
I like hair on somebody's head. The moment it's like not on somebody's head, like sitting on the
then
floor
it's kind of
somewhere.
gross. It's like, goodness.
Like in the shower.
That is interesting, right?
Yeah, hair is like so beautiful when it's on somebody's head, and then as soon as it leaves, you're like,
right now, your hair's looking great, but if all of a sudden it was like chopped off and all over my face, I'd be like, what? Get this off me. What?
Yeah. Like imagine you have like a beautiful, like handsome chef with like beautiful, like black flowing locks. You're like, oh, what beautiful hair. And then as soon as you find one of his hairs in your souffle, you're gonna be like, oh, garçon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's one of the weird things about hair.
That's interesting. And you kind of assume that it's like uncleanly, right? Unclean.
Yeah.
Well, it's also
maybe it is.
I'm
just saying. If he just washed his hair.
I feel like people clean their hair a lot.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
And it's like teeth are one of those things too. Teeth so beautiful in somebody's mouth, big white teeth.
Yeah.
As soon as you see a tooth line somewhere.
Goodness. I guess that's true of most parts of a human, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, every time I see a severed arm on the ground, I'm always like, ah! No, I'm kidding. I never see that.
But if you see Sergey's guns flexing, you're like, hey, that's looking pretty good.
Exactly.
I feel like the exception is there are some things that are gross on a human and off a human, like a booger or like blood.
True, yeah.
There's not really anything that's better off of a human.
Right, yeah.
That's true.
Besides, maybe like a big goiter. It's better to get that off.
Yeah, might be. Maybe a wart.
Oh, I've had many of those.
Let's cut to the chase.
Cut to the chase.
Like one might cut their hair.
Like one might cut your warts.
But we're not going to be cutting the boy Harry.
The boy Harry this year. We're going to celebrate his locks, and the boy Harry this year is Jonathan Falk. Yes.
Oh, thank you,
Jonathan. Nice job.
So, can you remind me what did I do?
Well, you actually did this for me in particular.
Didn't really benefit anybody else, but hey.
Hey, I think when I am well fed, it benefits everybody.
Oh yeah, you do not want to hear.
You don't get into one of your moods if
one
you're
of my
well fed.
fits.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm kidding.
Do not talk to him before he
They're
eats.
not.
Do not talk to me before I'm eating my food.
So, you may have
my morning food.
I think you actually mentioned it last week. You recently got from your sister, right?
Yeah.
This like egg making mechanism.
Yeah, like breakfast sandwich maker. I think it's technically called.
Breakfast
Yeah.
sandwich maker.
Breakfast burrito maker, actually.
Oh yeah, breakfast burrito. Yeah, you're right.
Jonathan made me one using that device, and it tasted very delicious.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
Thank you very much. I mean,
Oh, you're welcome.
No hair in the egg.
No hair. Yeah. Hey,
There should have been some because he's the boy Harry this year.
No. I'm kind of glad there wasn't any hair.
They've been the boy hairless.
Yeah. But it was delicious. It was nutritious.
Well, I'm
thank you
glad.
for
I'm
that.
glad you liked it.
It was like the food equivalent of like a beautiful, beautiful hair.
And because I ate that, I didn't destroy the house in like a rage. So
Yeah,
everybody's really thankful.
Yeah, he didn't say some very hurtful things about other people like he sometimes says. No kidding.
True.
No.
Then the second part, the counter, the yin to the yang of the boy Harry is the boy Scary. So this is basically normally would be the boy Blunder. But this is the boy who did something so bad, who's so shameful, it's scary.
It's scary.
It scares the rest of us.
Oh no.
And this week, the boy Scary is
Jonathan Falk.
Oh no.
Wow, 2 awards in one night.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, no, back to the origins
It's
of
a
the
big night for awards. I just came from an awards dinner.
Oh. Well.
Do you get awards?
No, I didn't. They were for professors.
Oh,
but
okay.
just saying.
They should give
A
you
lot of awards tonight.
Well, you got an award tonight, yeah. But anyways, I think Sergey knows why Jonathan is the boy Scary.
Yeah, he experienced this firsthand.
Kind of scared him. He's still a little scarred, actually.
Yeah, actually, I might black out but I'm gonna try to power through this. But so here I was just finishing some homework up, and I was gonna walk over to Billy's room, just clear my head, get some peace of mind.
Yeah.
And I walk over there.
Because Billy had eaten that day, so he was
exactly.
Really calm.
Yeah. So I was expecting a very peaceful atmosphere, very quiet, very conducive for like clearing my head. And as I go in there, I'm terrified by the sound. I can't quite place it. It's like high pitched squealing. It's almost grating. Oh, and it was. I think Jonathan was attempting to yodel.
Oh,
yeah. No. You caught me.
Yeah.
So can you give your replication of what Jonathan was doing?
Was
it a little bit like I got my do.
So let me get this straight. You just walk into my room and Jonathan's sitting there alone on my couch.
Okay, I wasn't alone.
Yes,
that's what happened.
Yeah, it was
that might be a little blunder.
Well, Jonathan, the only way to defend yourself is now to yodel for us.
Oh, I don't know about that. We might have to save that for later.
Oh, we might save it for later. Oh, yes.
But in my defense, the reason was because of this viral video you kids might have heard of.
The yodeler.
The yodeling kid in the Walmart.
Mason, I think is his name.
Mason the yodeler, yeah.
We were talking about like either his parents really like it and encourage him to yodel every time they go to Walmart, or they hate it and they're like every time they step into Walmart,
it's like
Mason starts yodeling and they're like, oh god, because there's 2 videos of him yodeling the exact same song in Walmart.
Yeah.
So I think it's either like they're like, oh my god, so precious, you should do your yodeling song, and he's like, Mom, I don't want to yodel. You're like, no, Mason, I will not get you juice box unless you yodel. Or they're like, all right, he's not gonna do it this time. And as soon as they go in through, they see the Walmart greeter, you just hear, well, I wanna yodel.
I think his parents definitely want him to. I think they're definitely like, oh,
maybe he wants to as well though.
Yeah, maybe they both want to.
I think
maybe
honestly
they're a
they both
loving
want
family.
to.
They both want to.
I just think it'd be funny if his parents like made him wear that to Walmart and then get out of the cart and yodel.
Oh yeah.
I think it'd be really funny if like his parents didn't want him to yodel.
Yeah.
Young man, I swear, if you start
If you
yodeling
yodel
again,
one
and then
more
as soon as they
time.
walk into the Walmart, he just starts going at it.
I don't know what to do.
They like turn their back to like pick up some milk and they just hear, well, I don't know what to do. They're like, oh god dang it.
I swear.
That freaking kid. No, but in all honesty,
yodeled your last, young man.
in all honesty, we actually do support the yodeling kid. He has
Oh,
been
yeah, we
getting,
do. Yeah.
He's being hate for some reason.
Wait, really?
And also a lot of love, though. A lot of people
love.
are like,
Yeah.
some people are recording themselves singing the song.
I said this. I said yodeling cowboy music is not even close to something I would like, but I feel like he's doing it well.
Oh, he's pretty good.
Yeah. He sounds pretty cool.
He's about to make it big time in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, the Grand Ole Opry,
right?
he said.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's amazing music to listen to, these Cowboy Yodeler in the Walmart. Another amazing music to listen to is the song we have lined up for this week.
Ooh,
So
good transition.
Pretty easy song to listen to. That's all I'm gonna say.
Don't go away. We've got some exciting topics.
Ooh.
It's plural, so it's special.
Some people say you got to fight for a love that's true. Climb every mountain to see every trial and tribulation. But I'm here to tell you, ooh, that's only half the lesson. Yeah. Now, if you want a girl to come to you, you got to leave a little room for guessing. Yeah. Oh, just be easy, baby. That girl will come running to you. If you just be easy, baby, she'll be easy too. Don't you know it's just a fool who plays the heart, running a girl down like she's a game in a schoolyard. Now if she waits, you should turn, let her alone. She'll come to you just as sure as you're born. Be easy, baby. That girl will come running to you. If you just be easy, baby. Don't you know a woman don't want a man down on his knees, no. Running her down like a mouse at the cheese. You got to be mellow if you want her affection. You get too excited and she's off in another direction. So be easy, baby. That girl will come running to you. If you just be easy, baby, she'll be easy too. Oh, be easy, baby.
All right. That was Be Easy by Sharon Jones and the Dap King.
Also known as Sarah Smith and the Dap Queens. No kidding.
And we are known as the Boys Cold One Hour.
Yes, we are known as Sarah Jones and the Boys Cold 1 Hour. Sadly, Sarah Jones couldn't make it today.
Hope you enjoyed that song.
All right. So,
Topic one.
topic one. We're saying it. Coincidences.
Crazy.
Ooh.
Crazy coincidence. Everybody has some.
Crazy coincidence.
Everybody has that one crazy coincidence that they just can't bring their head around. Like maybe
Do
it's-
we?
Do we? I mean, I
don't know if I do.
all the
I'm sure
time
I do.
feel like I think, oh, that was a crazy coincidence. But then, like, I can't actually come up with one if you asked me.
Oh,
Like, what's a
right,
crazy
yeah.
coincidence that happened
That's
to
true.
you?
I don't know if I can come up with one right now.
Maybe it's that art teacher you had in first grade who you randomly saw on the streets of Topeka. Maybe it's that guy in your chem class who happened to be friends with somebody who lives in the Caucasus Mountains.
Oh, wow.
Coincidences come in many shapes
That's
and
pretty
forms.
crazy, yeah.
So do you guys have any crazy coincidences?
Actually, now that you said that, at first I couldn't think of one, and then you said that stuff, and it kind of
Right.
jogged my memory.
I said that work of genius.
Yeah, so this is just a small, this is a quick one. I just remember that, I forgot how long ago this was, 4, 5, 6 years ago. I don't know. My family went on vacation to South Dakota.
Oh, Sunshine State.
Yeah,
South Dakota is really cool though.
Yeah, no, it is really cool.
Did you go to the Badlands?
Yes, those were so nice.
Yeah,
those
wow.
are so cool looking. But another thing that's in South Dakota is Mount Rushmore, so we did stop there as well.
Oh, of course. You have to stop there.
And when we were there, we saw someone from our hometown, Munster, Indiana, which is not like that big or anything, you know what I mean? Right, seeing someone there would be kind of random. So that was kind of a crazy coincidence. It was just like, wow, like of all the places, we're here, you know, miles away at the same place, at the same, like the exact same place, the exact same time.
Yeah, see, that's like stuff I mean, like that happens.
That's pretty
weirdly.
crazy,
Yeah.
You're like, wait, what?
And you're like, and it's someone that I didn't personally know them, but my brother knew him, and I was like, wow, like you know this person.
Now that I think about it, I think
insane.
a ton of stuff is like that has happened to me.
Like, what are the odds, you know?
Like, I think when I was in Greece, I like saw somebody. I studied abroad in Greece last summer. I think I saw somebody like, no, okay. This is the weirdest thing. I was going to Greece. I was in the Philadelphia airport, and the flight attendant, not the flight attendant, but like the person at the gate, was like talking to everybody because there was like a delay or something. So we were all in line talking to her, and she kept talking about how she used to like teach theater. I was like, oh, interesting. Then she talked about she used to teach theater in Indianapolis. I was like, wait a second. I had this teacher. And then this literally,
wow.
I think her name is Miss Payne. This is literally my old theater teacher.
Oh,
like, now working as a flight attendant in Philadelphia, of all places. I was like, this is so weird.
That's pretty crazy.
And so I was like, hey, do you remember me? I'm going to Greece. And she's like, oh, that's awesome. But I was like, this is so weird.
Did she remember you?
I mean, I think she probably remembered me.
Yeah.
Just because, you know,
Yeah.
I was like the only white kid in the class. But it was pretty cool. Maybe she didn't remember me. You never know. But yeah, that was a pretty cool coincidence. I guess now she's a flight attendant. Wow.
Was that the one that you were thinking about?
No, there's another really weird one I have.
What's the other one?
Well, Jonathan, do you have one? Or Sergey, do you have one?
Oh, nothing too crazy off the top of my head, but
I have one actually recently. Brandon and we've actually said some really like odd things, like just random things.
Well, you
But
usually do, right?
We've both said them at the same time while I don't know what show we were watching.
oh wait, I think I was there.
You
for
might have
this,
been there.
right?
Might
Yeah.
have been The Hunt.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Brandon
What
and I
was
were,
it that you said? Yeah,
we
I
were
don't
saying
even know.
like something like "Holy Smucker," something
really
doodle.
random?
It was
It was
very
like
random.
Smucker Doodle or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
yeah.
It was very random, and Brandon and I both said it at the exact same time. A very like random and odd like choice of words.
I can relate to this because me and our other roommate Jay, we said something at the exact same time a couple days ago, and it was a slightly odd saying, and we said it like with the same like pauses, and like it was so weird, and it was in reaction to the same thing. And I think this is I think these are definitely coincidences, but I think it's the fact that we're all like, since we spend so much time with each other, we slowly like develop like little
same
vocal
habits,
tics and like vocal patterns.
Maybe.
It's probably true.
Things like I never said "holy cow, dude" before I met Jay, who says that all the time. Now I say "holy cow, dude" all the time.
I say it all the time too. Actually,
I never said blah, blah, blah until I met Sergey. He didn't even say it anymore. No, but my really weird coincidence is this was the summer between freshman and sophomore year, which was a fun summer. Because this day I was sitting at home listening to music on my record player, and the song I was listening to is from one of my favorite albums ever, which is "The Queen Is Dead" by the Smiths. And the song playing was actually one of my favorite songs ever, and it's called "There's a Light That Never Goes Out" by the Smiths. And the song "There's a Light That Never Goes Out" was playing on my record player. I was just chilling. I was laying in bed. You know, I was just relaxing, listening to some music. It was really fun. And then my sister was like, "Oh, there's a package for you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. Send it up." No, I'm just kidding. We don't like. She just brought it up. We don't have like a dumb waiter or anything. But yeah. So she came to my room and it was a package from Amazon, and I hadn't ordered anything from Amazon, so I thought it was kind of weird. And I opened it up, and it was okay. I literally didn't order this. It was the craziest thing ever. I opened it up, and so I'm listening to "There's a Light That Never Goes Out" by the Smiths, and the book is titled "There Is a Light That Never Goes Out," and it's an autobiography. It's a biography of the Smiths. It was the weirdest thing that's ever happened.
It was
to me.
ordered in your name?
No, it was ordered to me. Later, I found out my uncle had ordered it because he knew I liked that band, but he had no clue I was listening to the song at the time. It was the weirdest thing ever.
He didn't tell the delivery man, make sure he's listening to this song.
No, I was literally listening to "There Is a Light That Never Goes Out" on my
crazy.
record player when "There Is a Light That Never Goes Out," the book, based on the band that I was listening to at that second, I opened it up. It was the weirdest thing that ever happened to me.
And you didn't know it was your uncle at the time. So
No,
for you,
I
it
was just,
like,
I was like, what? This is insane. I had no clue it was my uncle. Like, I didn't find out until like weeks later, and I was like, this is totally nuts. Oh my God.
Wow.
See, that's a pretty cool coincidence.
Mind-blowing.
It was like a good coincidence, but I was like,
That's pretty cool.
but it took me a while to wrap my mind. And I was trying to explain to my sister. She's much less excited than me. I was like, no, like, I'm listening to the song, and the book is called that song. And she's like, okay. Okay, weirdo. Go back to
Okay, we
listening
get
to
it.
Go back to laying in bed and listening to music like a loser. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, that's my coincidence.
Right.
So, what do you guys think? Do you think it's pretty weird?
Oh, definitely. That's really cool though.
Yeah, no, it was definitely cool. And then later when I found out, I was like, okay, that makes more sense, but still pretty crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
You keep trying to play that yodel guy.
Yeah,
No,
Jonathan's
that was
obsessed with this
an
yodel
accident. That was an accident.
All
So all these coincidences. It's
Speaking
no
of
coincidence
coincidences,
that we have.
we have
Speaking of
sports on the 20s coming
Sports on
up.
the 20s. Isn't that a coincidence?
Oh wow. I'm kind
Sports
of
on the 20s, and believe it or not, it's 11:20 right now.
Oh,
That's a
wow.
pretty crazy coincidence.
What a weird coincidence.
How crazy. Oh, what coincidence. I actually have some news on the sports right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So, I don't know if this is like the last day for the brackets, and right now it's Michigan versus Villanova.
Oh right, yeah.
And,
How's that game going?
They've got like 3 minutes left on the timer, as we like to call it, and Villanova is up 74 to 54.
Oh.
So,
That's a lot.
yeah,
Holy cow, dude.
I am glad to hear that because I have Villanova winning it all. Surprisingly,
congrats.
Surprisingly,
Vanilla Nova.
yeah.
Vanilla Nova.
As Terry likes to call
Vanilla
it.
on Villanova.
Vanilla
Villanova.
No, it's great for Villanova.
The Villanova envelopes.
But where is Villanova? Is that in Pennsylvania?
Oh,
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I think it's in Pennsylvania. Yeah,
Oh.
I don't know where in Pennsylvania.
yeah, I don't know.
Let me research that.
Crazy coincidence.
According
though.
to my research.
Well,
Yeah.
Michigan has theirs as the Michigan Wolverines, and it's the Villanova Wildcats. So
Oh.
2 animals.
Two wild animals.
Wild
Two
animals. Facing
Starting with the
off.
W.
Yeah, starting with the W.
Weird coincidence.
What a coincidence.
By the way,
That's pretty weird.
The motto is literally in statu Pennsylvaniae, which means in the state of Pennsylvania. So yes, it is in Pennsylvania.
What am I?
all right.
It's a pretty lame motto. But hey, at least they're not telling lies.
Oh, it's actually in Villanova, Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah, Villanova.
Interesting.
Maybe I should have gone there. Shoot. Should never turn in that basketball scholarship. But anyways, Billy,
Yeah.
I think you had something you want, a special segment you had planned.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
do.
coincidence.
That was. Thank you for
Hold
that sports survey. So, in the spirit of coincidences, there's a lot of like historical coincidences that have happened. You may have seen. I know a couple popular ones are. There's like all those things that are in common between Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy's assassination. Like, there's like all these things that are like very similar. I actually heard like some of those things are false, but
Yeah.
regardless, there's still a lot of things.
But I digress.
A true thing which I think is cool, which isn't on your thing, I know,
Yes.
is that John Wilkes Booth's brother, Edwin Booth, who is also an actor, saved Abraham Lincoln's son from drowning in the Hudson River in New York,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Did he
That's
know
pretty
that it was
wild.
Abraham Lincoln's son?
He had no clue. He was actually a pro-Lincoln. He was really guilty about what his brother did. He did not support any of that stuff.
Wow. Well, that's crazy.
Yeah, super crazy.
So, in the spirit of historical coincidences, I have found some historical coincidences, but I've also made a couple of them
Oh,
up.
shoot.
Oh, no.
So I've got 6 coincidences here.
Coincidi.
Sorry. And some of them are real. Some of them are made up. All be fake.
Oh, no.
It's not. That's not the case though. Some of them are real and some of them are
Okay.
fake. But there could be any amount. It could be any amount. And you guys are going to work together to try and see how many
Ooh.
points you can get out of 6.
Let's see. We're working together then.
Alrighty.
I am a history major, so hopefully
Yeah.
I can do you
Oh,
guys
yeah,
justice.
you're going to have to play this game by yourself, I guess.
No.
No, he's going to be
So
good.
again,
He's going to be good.
don't know
help for
anything
you
about
guys.
history.
No, you guys know a lot.
Okay.
Especially this guy.
So
You could have been a history major. You know,
I don't have these written down exactly word for
And you're
word,
risking
so
it. He's-
bear with me here. I've got just some notes.
Oh, jeez. So
Scrambled.
scary over here.
All right, coincidence number 1. All right, you ready?
I just already estranged a team member.
Yeah, this is not good. You have to have good teamwork for.
Okay, no,
exercise
we're gonna
like
have better.
this.
Guys,
Okay.
come on. Go on 3. 1, 2, 3. Go Wildcats!
Wildcats.
All right. While they're settling their differences, I do want to say you can play along at home.
Yes.
Tweet us at Cold One Boys?
Oh, I always forget
Boys
which one's
Cold,
which.
Cold 1 hour.
I think it's Boys Cold 1 Hour.
It's
Boys Cold 1
officially.
At Boys Cold 1 hour.
It's officially Boys Cold 1 hour.
It's Boys Cold 1 Hour.
At Boys
on
Cold 1
Twitter.
hour. Tweet at us. Play along. Maybe
At
you
home.
can get all 6.
Play it along at home or wherever you are on the go.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, really? It's kind
All right. We're cutting to the chase. Coincidence number 1. So, in 1898, there's this author named Morgan Robertson, and he wrote a book called Futility. And it tells the story of a ship, a sea ship. It's called the Titan, and it's the biggest ship in its day. And in the book, the story is about the Titan and how it crashes into an iceberg and goes down under. 14 years later, you may recall from your history books, the Titanic, so the Titan, the Titanic, it does the exact same thing in real life. And in the book, the Titan is the same size as what the Titanic was, and it's like max speed is the same max speed as what the Titanic was, and they were both described as being unsinkable before they they met their fate.
Right.
It's pretty crazy.
So that's 12 years or 14 years in advance. So what do you think? Is that real happen, or did that really happen, or did I just?
That sounds like something that might have happened.
make that.
All I'm going to say is there have been, in the past before the Titanic, there have been many ships that have been called unsinkable.
Right, yeah.
So I
But
think
also-
that's no...
Also, this
But the measurements.
absolutely happened. Yeah, this definitely happened.
All right.
Yeah.
What's your reasoning for that?
I've heard of this before.
Oh, you have?
Wow.
Okay, well, you are right. This one is true.
Nice, good job.
And I was reading a little bit into it. It was kind of interesting.
Really cool though. Yeah.
They said that this guy, the author, had a lot of like insight into like, I don't know the correct term, but like basically how boats work and navigation and stuff. And people think that maybe he kind of like thought like if they keep making these ships bigger and bigger, one of these days one of them's going to crash into an iceberg.
Oh,
And that's
wow.
kind of what inspired him to write his book.
Oh, and then they kept making it bigger.
And then they actually did keep making it bigger and bigger, and they
Interesting.
did.
That's wild.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I've actually never seen that movie Titanic.
Oh, it's
I don't know if I've ever seen it either, actually. I've seen
I
like
know
clips
it was
of
highest grossing
so-
until Avatar, but I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like something interesting.
Sounds pretty gross.
I'd rather read Futility by Morgan Peterson.
Yeah.
Than read about the Titan.
Morgan Robertson.
Oh, Morgan
Yes.
Robertson.
Okay, so our next one. So this one is about General Mills.
Oh.
Maybe you've heard of
Ooh.
it.
love them.
I was going to say they make cereal, but they make lots of things. They're a food manufacturer and marketer, founded in 1948 in Minneapolis. However, there's something very interesting, coincidental, about when they were founded. That same month, June 1948, Anna Mae Mills became the first woman to receive the title of general in the U.S. Armed Forces. So she was actually named General Mills. This is not why General Mills is called General Mills. It's called General Mills because like it was like a merger between all these companies and like actual mills.
Oh, cool.
But in the same month that General Mills was founded, the first woman became general, and her last name was Mills.
So let me get this straight.
This
Her first
sounds
name is Anime.
Yes, Anna Mae Mills.
Anime males. Okay, I think this one.
And was her husband Naruto?
I don't watch Naruto. Is this a reference?
Nanda. No kidding. Baka.
What?
You don't talk about it. I'm gonna go. This sounds I definitely don't know if this
It
is
sounds kind of fake.
To me, I thought it sounded kind of real.
Really?
Well,
It does, but I feel like this is something Billy could make up.
When did you say the merger, or not the merger? When did you say General Mills was like founded? Or
It was June 1948.
so it was 1948, and you're saying the first female general.
Yeah, that
was also
That seems like a
That doesn't sound right.
really. I think
kinda early.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be a recent date. That could make sense, but you guys, I'm not positive, and you guys, the two of you think it's fake,
Yeah.
and only I think it's real. So
Also, I feel like that's the type of thing Billy might make up. Something with General Mills. You
I
know,
just feel like
knowing him and cereal.
For some reason, I was believing it until he said anime. Now I feel like it. I think it's fake until he said anime.
It totally could be real.
After he said anime, I think it's real.
Oh,
but-
anime.
Yeah, anime.
Now I get that. I totally did not think that.
So I think this is real. But if you guys think it's fake, then you can submit that as a vote.
All right, we need a decision. Are we doing that?
I think we should go for fake.
I think it's real though, but yeah.
Or
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Let's
You're
go.
saying fake?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys are correct. It was
good.
fake.
Good.
Oh yes.
I do want to say Anna Mae was the first general. I just changed the last name to Mills. So Anna Mae was
So
her
not
actual
so
name.
anime, not
that's-
anime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Right, yeah.
Anna Mae.
Anime Mills.
It's like
Yeah.
my favorite rapper.
Anime Mills.
It's like my favorite rapper anime with the
Also,
South
you
Carolina.
are right with your suspicions. I thought that maybe you would be able to deduce it based on the dates. General Mills was founded in 1928, not 1948, and the first woman general was in 1970.
Oh, I
so
thought
kinda
it was.
late.
Oh yeah, that did seem. Kind of
But I tried. I skewed the numbers.
Well, yeah,
just
I'm
to-
glad you guys thought it was fake.
Yeah. All right, so we got coincidence number 3.
Numerous trace.
So this is in the year 1999. The first one where we were alive for.
Speak for yourself. How much of that was in
So there was this guy. His name's Bill Morgan, and he's declared dead. This is kind of just backstory, but he randomly wakes up. He's alive, just inexplicably. So to celebrate, he buys a lottery ticket, and he wins. And so this becomes a local story in his town. I don't know the name of the town. and basically they want to like talk about it on the local news about how, wow, this guy, he like came back to life, and the first thing he did was buy a lottery ticket and he won. And so they're like, oh, can you reenact the moment for the news? So he's like, sure. So he buys another lottery ticket and they film it, and he scratches it off. He won the lottery a second time.
No way.
The same day. So gets out of the hospital, wins the lottery, reenacts it, wins the lottery again. Total coincidence. What do you guys have to say about this? Bill Morgan, 1999.
Well, I have to say, this seems like something that could potentially happen, and it would be pretty crazy, but I feel like the odds obviously are very low.
I feel like it might not be real.
What do you think, Sergey?
I kind of think it might be real.
Okay, so sir, Jonathan, what are you thinking?
That's a tough one. I might be leaning towards fake, but I wonder if this is one that will actually be real, even though that's what I think.
I would say it might be real. It's because Billy added the backstory part, but he doesn't know really a lot about the backstory, like what city.
Oh,
was
true,
or anything.
yeah.
And I feel like that makes it kind of realistic. Not to mention, like the reason that he even had to give backstory to this whole situation. Like I guess it wouldn't really matter that if he was dead or whatever in 1999. Like none of that really matters.
I think it's fake. I feel like this is a situation that like you could come up with, or maybe there is a guy who like maybe did it once, or maybe he. The twice story happened, but I think everything happening seems a little bit too crazy.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put a no vote. But what do you guys think?
I can definitely go behind that too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully. We'll
So
see.
wait, what did we decide on?
That this is fake.
All right. I'm sorry, but this is real.
Oh, I kind of felt like it
So
might
you're
be.
2-1. Very good. You guys are doing
Oh,
really
crap.
good still. And we've got 3 more to go.
Oh, jeez.
So number 4, we've got another lottery story. Okay, so this is Charles Howard. He's born on May 19th, 1956. The weird coincidence about him is his social security number, which I did not know this, but actually when you die, your social security goes into something called the Social Security Death Index.
Oh.
I'm not making that part up.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe I'm making the rest up, maybe I'm not, but that's actually real. And it's public knowledge.
Huh.
But obviously at the time, he had this like really cool coincidence that he couldn't tell anybody really, except for like, I guess his family, that his social security number was 005191956, which was, with the exception of the extra 0, his actual birthday.
Oh.
Then here's the thing, he buys a lottery ticket, it's got that exact same number, and he wins. And so he's got this crazy coincidence, his birthday was his lottery number and he won. But there's this third added on coincidence that's also his social security number that he can't tell anybody. But his family told everyone once he was dead. His descendants, or I don't know. Somehow they found out. I actually don't know if it was his family.
That would be quite a coincidence.
So that is a triple coincidence here. Social security number, birthday, and lottery number that he wins. All 3 the same. Too good to be true?
I feel like this might be
Or
true.
crazy coincidence?
I feel like it might be true.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe like
I'm leaning
Billy
towards
found like
true.
a bunch of coincidences on like a lottery website. Like
Yeah.
if you on a lottery website, not a lottery website, but like crazy lottery coincidences.
Yeah.
But also it's like,
Top 10 lottery coincidences.
you guys should. I haven't had a good track record in the last 2, so you guys should say what you think.
This sounds kind of real.
Yeah, it sounds real,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I
I
agree.
wouldn't be surprised if it's fake either, but let's go for real.
We're going for
We're
real.
going for
Yeah.
real?
Yeah.
All right, it's fake.
Oh,
I'm sorry. So I got you guys on those lottery ones.
Oh,
All right, so
man.
now we're 2 for 2.
2-2. So
How many are left?
we've got 2 more. So
Okay.
you still have plenty of chances to redeem yourself. 2 more coincidences. All right, coincidence number 5. So this is a little bit of U.S. history for you. So there's this. There's this man, Robert Johnson, not related to the IU basketball player. He was a senator from Arkansas in the 1850s.
He's a 5'2" center from Arkansas?
No. Is Robert Johnson from Arkansas?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That would be a coincidence.
That would actually be an insane coincidence.
No, I don't think I don't know where he's from.
He was born on September 17th, 1787, and he died on April 12th, 1861. Now, maybe that doesn't mean anything to you guys, but the Constitution was signed on September 17th, 1787, and the Civil War started on April 12th, 1861. And his supporters said that he was born with and died with his nation.
Ooh.
Wow.
Because Arkansas did secede.
What do you got to say about that? Robert Johnson, senator from Arkansas.
This is fake. This is fake. A very
This feels real to me.
I think it's a
feels
very
real
well
to me.
crafted fake to me.
I mean,
It would be a well-crafted
very
fake,
well
yeah.
crafted fake.
Or Billy,
well crafted
Billy
overall.
well crafted a nice quotation.
But it's not like a triple coincidence or anything. It's not something that's so far fetched that I couldn't see it happening. You know, you're born in 1787. You die in 1861.
But the days, right?
I want to point out, yeah, it's the exact day.
The exact
What are the
day.
exact days?
Oh, jeez.
Wait, so you're saying on those two exact dates, that's like whatever date was for 1861. That's when the Civil War started?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or at least, like, in the history books, that's put down
I
as...
was in Fort Sumter or whatever.
Oh, Fort Sumter.
I'm thinking this is real, but if you guys can totally disagree with me. I mean, fake. I think it's fake. I think it's fake.
Okay. What do you think, Sergey?
I kind of think this is real.
I think it's a well crafted fake, but
Ooh.
Jonathan's
It's all down to
deciding.
me.
All right,
I might have to say that it is real.
all right.
Is that what we're going with? Real?
I guess so.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm glad you said it was well crafted.
It's a very well crafted fake. It's like a
these are
beautiful
so
fake
hard.
of like a Mona Lisa.
I was like, if I make this guy named Robert Johnson, they're
feel like
gonna think that. You know what I
feel
mean?
like
Why would I make him Robert
I
Johnson?
feel like the quote just to me seems too real. So then it's like, oh, it's fake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't. So I was inspired. There actually was a senator from Arkansas named Robert Johnson.
Oh,
So
okay.
that is true.
Oh, wow.
I tried to base these in somewhat fact, and also I kind
Grounded
of,
in reality.
I kind of inspired it by the fact that there were like a couple founding fathers. I forgot which ones that died on the 4th of July.
Oh,
and one of them was
interesting,
born
interesting.
on the 4th of July and died on the 4th. Of
Oh,
July.
really
So
interesting.
I kind of inspired by. I think it was like John Adams. I might be wrong.
Yeah, this is really well crafted fake.
Thank you. So you guys are 2 wins and 3 losses, but if you get this one right, it'll be tied up.
Right.
All right.
Okay, cool.
We'll say you win.
Okay.
So, here is coincidence number 6. So, in 1944, a British newspaper crossword puzzle revealed several code names for D-Day plans. Like, these are like coded words that meant things to the military, including gold, sword, Juno, among others. And they were okay, yeah, once again, like I said, they were code names for strategic moves for the Allies, as well as the like code names for multiple beaches where D-Day was gonna be happening. And this D-Day was in June. These words ran all the way through the month of May.
Oh, wow.
And there wasn't any, like, it's not like this guy was a spy. This guy had no clue what the actual words were. He actually just was putting them all in his crossword. So what is this real?
This one seems kind of... Wait, so it's a coincidence that these are also the things.
Yes, he was not an action. It's not like he was a spy or anything. He put gold, sword, Juno, Utah, Omaha, Overlord, Mulberry, and Neptune. All of those words were code names being used by the Allies that no one knew except for like high-ranking military people, and he put all of them in different crosswords.
Different crosswords.
And like, I mean, some of them might have been in the same one, but they were all in the month
Okay,
of
so
May.
it wasn't all in the same one. 'cause
No,
that would be
it's not
quite
like
a
the same
coincidence.
crossword. It was just filled with all of them. It was like maybe, I don't know. I guess they come out with one a day, probably.
Okay.
I guess I don't know how this
Well,
newspaper works.
As
I
a
feel like
person
this
who-
could be real.
Yeah, as a person who does crosswords, I feel like I've seen all those words. Like Juno,
Have you
definitely
seen
gold.
Overlord?
Yeah.
Because that one's...
Well, the weird one to me is Mulberry. That's the only one I've never seen.
The only reason I think...
Because Mulberry is not very vowel heavy, which usually you
That's
want
true.
from a crossword puzzle.
Yeah, that is true. Mulberry.
My gut is telling me this is real.
Yeah, do we really think Billy would have come up with Mulberry to throw us off?
Yes, exactly.
Hey, I came out with Robert Johnson and like all these
Hey.
facts about senators. Maybe,
Hey, wait,
maybe
I'm just
I
saying,
came
I'm
up
not-
with
I'm
real.
not-
Okay, I'm sorry, not to. I don't want to shift you guys either way, but maybe I just Googled D-Day words.
True. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, I will
D-Day
say
words.
those D-Day words are actually real codes, regardless.
Well,
of the
I know they
I just
are.
want
I
to
know
brag
so-
that I did my
Like,
research.
do you
he's
know
compromised national
That
security by
those
revealing
are
things.
real words, because I know Overlord was the one for like the invasion of Normandy. The beachhead. That's what it was called.
And
Operation.
mulberries were what the Allies ate when they landed.
I feel like this was real.
Yeah,
Mulberries.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
say
say
real, I'm
real.
gonna say real.
As well.
Real?
Hopefully we can tie it up.
You guys are correct.
Yay!
3-3. Congratulations. I'll say you guys won
Wow.
because
Oh,
for that.
sweet.
Those
Thank
were
you.
hard.
That
You
was a
guys
really
did a great
fun
job.
section, yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, we're
segment.
batting
And
50.
Just
Not bad.
just to wrap up, I do want to say that guy who wrote the crosswords was like put under like investigation
Oh, no.
for like a really long time, and then they actually just figured out like, wow, this guy, this is just an insane coincidence.
That is a pretty
He actually
crazy
had no clue.
coincidence. Wow.
Oh.
So that's enough for coincidences.
Wow, great game, Billy. I like that a
yeah,
lot.
that was
a lot of
Thank you. We're gonna move into
Should we go ahead and do the news?
hair coincidences next.
Well, first we have to do the news on the 39s.
39.
It actually kind of reminds me, going back to that game, Billy. But one of the coincidences was during like the Cold War, how they would cycle through
The Cold
like,
One War.
Yeah,
the Cold War.
they would cycle through different code numbers for the nuclear, like their nuclear weapons and stuff. And at one point, the cycle code went to 0000, all zeros. During one point at a time, all the numbers were 0.
Oh wow.
That is crazy.
Quite a coincidence.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Moving back to the news. If you like fake news, recently the organization Sinclair, which owns a lot of media outlets, not exactly sure which ones, but they have radio, broadcast, television. So they have quite a few, and they recently forced all of their different like studios to broadcast this message about fake news and how it's bad and stuff. But I guess like the problem with that was they were just forcing them to do it instead of actually being able to do it on their own time. So they were forcing studio outlets and television stations to be anti-fake news.
Interesting.
Yeah. So now they're getting a bit of backlash for that.
Someone said that the Boys Coal Hour propagates fake news because of all the fake historical coincidences on here.
Well, hey, we say that they're fake.
Yeah, we say that they're fake.
No, true.
That is true. Yeah.
Very interesting, though. Thank you for that.
Thank you for the news.
Yeah, thanks.
Always keeping us informed.
And now we mentioned at the beginning of the hour that we would be talking about coincidences and that we'd also be talking about hair. So I thought to segue the two topics, why not create a game or a segment about coincidences and hair?
Oh wow.
That's right. This is Clay concocts a crazy coiffer coincidence. Coiffer meaning a word meaning. And a hairdo, often garish or excessive.
Oh,
Easy
alright.
for it.
Coiffeur.
So, in this segment, I like to present you guys with a crazy coincidence, a situation, and then we will figure out ways to deal with it.
Okay.
All right? Together. This is also a together type of thing. No winners, no losers. So the coincidence is this: we are all coming up. We're all going to Culture Shock. We're all right outside. You know, we're going to see all our friends. We're going to network. We're going to see all the cool bands.
Yeah.
Steve
Culture
from Stranger
Shock,
Things is
you
going
know,
to be
the
there.
concert that WIUX puts on every year.
Yes,
coming up
it's
April
fun.
14th.
Yes, we're all ready for Culture Shock, but unfortunately, we all went to go see the same barber the night before to get our cool music festival look.
Ooh.
So we all pull up with dyed, like chestnut brown bowl cuts. All right. No, this is not a good look because we'd be super embarrassed if we go in there, all four of us having the same bowl cut. You know, it's a coincidence, but a bad coincidence because we're gonna get mocked by all these people.
Oh no.
Because Culture Shock is where the highest of cool culture comes.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what's called Culture Shock.
Yeah.
So they'd be shocked to see us looking like this. Unfortunately, there's one solution, and that is that there are four barbers outside of Culture Shock, ready to give a free haircut to the next people who come up.
Oh.
4 barbers.
That was a coincidence.
We go on to our shift in 15 minutes. Each haircut lasts exactly 15 minutes, so we each have to go to one barber. Now, unfortunately, each barber specializes in a specific thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so each of us have to decide who's going to get each haircut before we go to Culture Shock.
Gotcha.
So we need to see what fits people best, what complements their personality, what complements their style. The first barber, the only haircut he does is Donald Trump's exact hair. So the exact color, the exact texture, the exact style, the exact
the color
craziness.
too?
Yeah, the color.
Oh.
So that would be your hair.
Okay.
Exactly what's on Donald Trump's head is on your head. The second is heavy male pattern baldness cut into your hair. So basically, like from right above your ears is where the hair stops.
Oh no.
So really intense male pattern baldness that is very realistic looking. The third is white people dreadlocks, or Grinch fingers that they're sometimes known. So these are those really gross sort of dreadlocks that look kind of dusty and just look kind of stinky, Yeah. One of us has to get those. And the last is a very close cropped hair, so not super crazy looking, so very close to her head. But the name Julio is cut into the side of the hair.
Julio.
Right, yeah.
Is this like a crew cut almost with just Julio?
Just like very short. You know how some guys will get like stuff cut in their hair?
Yeah.
This is like that, but just Julio on the side with like maybe like a star.
Is it long still on top, or is
No,
it?
it's very so it's short all around.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a buzz cut look, but with Julio on the side.
Gotcha.
So it's us 4. Who's getting what?
Yikes. Okay.
Interesting.
Do we have to all decide for each other? Because I guess none of us can.
Well, no, we have to
Should we
accept
just
which ones we're gonna do.
should we just discuss one by one who would have each one?
Yeah. So let's start with the exact Donald Trump hair, with the exact color and the exact texture, everything.
Well,
Maybe we should say which we'd least like to have. Or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's just say no. Let's just do it the original one. Who do you think would fit this hair the most?
I'm gonna have to say I think Jonathan would.
Well, I mean, I guess I do have the most similar hair to that. I do have the blonde hair.
And
Yeah.
the slicked back look.
A little bit slicked back. Yeah, I guess I could
Are
see
you happy
it.
with that though?
No, I'm not,
mean-
but I mean, I can see it for sure.
You can just.
I would be the one who would be most likely to have that, just based on my
So you
current-
probably look the least weird with it.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to send you that one, Jonathan.
All right, got the Trump
so
deal.
Jonathan,
I'm sorry.
He's
Ooh.
got a Trump haircut. Second is the heavy male pattern baldness. Jonathan got out easy, I think.
I could probably go with that one. I have enough facial hair.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Sergey does have this beard.
Wouldn't look too
Who do
bad.
you think has the best formed head? Let's do that.
Oh, I mean, I don't really know.
I have
It's
no
kind of hard to
idea.
tell.
Okay, that might be a hard one. Okay, whose dad? So my dad is not going bald. Billy's your dad's not. Your dad has a good head of hair. So does your. Oh, jeez. I was thinking maybe we can.
Well,
look at-
Sergey's
Well,
biological.
yeah, my
dad.
biological.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, who knows?
True.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm really trying to picture you. Oh, I don't know if that's a good look.
So, who do you
Billy,
think has the?
I think it might be Billy.
It depends. Who has like an old soul
Honestly,
personality?
it might
you know?
be. I might.
None of us do.
I might have.
Maybe Sergey.
Sergey might be closest to old soul personality.
I don't know. I mean, I guess to be honest, given the alternatives, I would not be that upset now that I'm thinking about it if I just had this male pattern baldness.
You can always shave it
I don't
off.
know, I'm
eventually,
gonna
yeah.
be honest. I think Julio is the best option here.
It is probably the best
Oh,
option.
so we're competing for Julio now.
I want Julio.
I want Julio. Yeah.
All right, so that leaves who's going to take the male pattern baldness?
Oh, am I giving myself? I didn't mean to give myself Julio. I
No,
thought
no,
we
no,
were
no,
gonna-
no. I'm saying if that's what we all want, then who's going to take this one?
Oh.
Who would? Okay, so who's it gonna look best on? Jonathan, in your opinion, you're Donald Trump right now. Me, Billy, or Sergey. Imagine all of us.
I feel like it would look the best on Sergey. Definitely, yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Sergey might have a nice shiny head underneath
Alrighty.
there. So Sergey, you are willing to get this heavy male pattern baldness?
Yes.
Oh man.
All right, done. So now we have Donald Trump in one corner. We have that one guy from Shark Tank, the mean guy,
Kevin.
Kevin from Shark
Kevin
Tank.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right, so that leaves me and Billy with the two remaining haircuts. The first is the white people dreadlocks, the Grinch fingers.
I feel like there's no way Billy would ever have
Yeah.
No, come on, I don't know.
that. So I feel like that has to be Clay.
No.
Julio! Yeah,
Sorry. No, I do not want. No, please.
Billy would
This is the one I
definitely
want
be
the
Julio.
least. This is the one I want the least.
That's definitely
Sergey,
his.
would you
I'm
be
sorry.
fine with
Yeah, I
dreadlocks?
used to get crew cuts when I
Dreadlocks.
was younger.
Hey,
so
well,
I'm used
we've
to
already
short
locked
hair.
down Sergey and I, right?
Oh,
I got those
No, we
cuts
can
'cause I
change. We can
wanted
change.
to.
We can still change.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. You.
See, I feel like you've got that curly hair, so if you
that's what
let
I
it
was
grow
gonna
and then,
say.
like, if you braided it in a certain way, like, it could eventually turn into the, what did you call it, Grinch fingers? I haven't heard of that, but.
Here, wait.
Yeah, like I think it looks like I googled it when you said that because I just wanted to see, and it looks disgusting. I'm seeing pictures of Justin Bieber wearing it. He seems to be
Oh,
the
goodness.
prime
Like,
example.
Wait, when I type in Grinch fingers, I literally just get a picture of the Grinch.
No, no.
Type in
his
Grinch
fingers.
fingers
Look at this.
dreadlocks.
Look at this. Google Grinch fingers dreadlocks.
It does not look good.
It literally looks like the Grinch's fingers. Like, look at this picture, Jonathan.
Oh, no.
I would
please,
argue.
okay.
I would argue.
I feel like that might have to be Clay, though.
No, why?
I'm sorry. I feel like
Okay,
that is
unless
the
you want to
worst
take the
one.
Trump hair, I could maybe take the Grinch fingers.
Do we think the Grinch fingers would fit? Why don't they fit Billy? Is what I want to know.
Oh, they just don't.
They just don't. Yeah.
But they fit me.
Billy would never have that. They fit you
I
more
would
than
never.
Billy.
Why would I have them?
I don't know, man.
You can see me.
There's
with
no
with
way.
dreadlocks.
Yeah.
A little bit more
No.
than Billy. Yes.
Oh wow.
Billy's a little bit more conservative in his look, I'd say.
This is
A little
my
more old
face.
school.
Come on.
Yeah.
I am.
No.
I can see it.
I could see the
Oh,
Grinch fingers on Clay.
jeez.
Unless you want to take the Trump hair, I might be willing to trade with you.
See which.
Okay, no, but who looks more like Trump? Face-wise.
Face-wise, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe Clay, actually.
Maybe,
Wait,
yeah.
with the face you're doing right now, you're trying to make a
I'm
Trump
in kind of a
face.
Trump pucker face. I can also say China. So,
China.
okay, that helps.
Yeah.
They're very bad. Very bad China. No. So, okay. Oh, maybe I should just take my punishment, though.
You might need to.
might
I mean, hey,
You
we're
might
all,
need to
we're
take
all
the
not
Grinch
looking
fingers.
that good, to be honest.
Okay, this is coming from Julio over here.
You're right. I'm
I'm
gonna
just gonna hand it to him after he
I
says
have
he
it
wanted
good.
Julio.
Hey, all I'm saying is wear a hat.
No, I can't wear a hat.
Yeah, none of us can wear hats.
None of us can wear hats. Well,
And besides,
Too
the
late.
only person who would cover it up with a hat is Sergey. And you.
yeah, I might
I could
show
cover
off
mine up
Julio
with
a little
hat,
bit.
Hey, I'm gonna show off that bald.
but the male pattern.
That
baldness.
male pattern baldness I got underneath there.
That's okay. That's a pretty bad one too, actually.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like I'm so against the white people dreadlocks. But it's not always about me. You know, sometimes you gotta take one for the team. So I'll accept the dreadlocks.
All right.
I mean, maybe you could just keep the bowl cut, right? Because
No,
then we're
no,
not
no,
all
sure.
wearing the same. We don't all have the same hair anymore.
Oh, I could. Would I look good with a bowl cut? What do you
Actually-
think I would look better with? A dreadlocks or bowl cut?
bowl cut.
Definitely
Bowl
bowl
cut?
cut.
John,
I mean,
yeah.
those dreadlocks look awful.
Bowl cut? Ooh. yeah, you might have to. I mean, I feel like you couldn't even have a bowl cut, to be honest.
Yeah,
Your hair just wouldn't even do that.
Imagine me with like a
Hey, if we want to cheat here, I'll give you Julio to make you happy, and then I'll do the bowl cut, just like all the time.
No, you get Julio. I'll take the dreadlocks.
Okay.
I'll just be stinky and probably gross. And okay, so we go into this festival. Sergey has his male pattern baldness. Instantly, he's mistaken for somebody's dad, and he's asked for a ride home.
Oh no.
Jonathan comes in with Donald Trump. Instantly, he's attacked
Oh no.
by fans of Donald Trump. Who
Yeah.
make
Want
him
my
a huge
autograph?
part of the video. Yeah, no, I'm kidding. People are throwing tomatoes at him. They're throwing old
Hey.
peaches at him. Julio comes up to you, wraps his arms around you, and fixes you in a tight, warm smooch. 'Cause you're busy now. No, I'm kidding. I'm
This
making
is
all-
Julio guy.
He might be a cool guy. I don't know.
Maybe.
And me, I get arrested by the police officers for hacky sacking. Okay. Well, thank you for
man.
playing along with this.
Yeah, that was a good
That
segment.
was fun.
Now I'm going to. Now I actually think we should actually probably do this.
Oh shoot.
Hey,
I might need
alright.
to.
Man, pattern baldness. Here I come.
No, I think you have really thick hair. I couldn't see you going bald actually.
Maybe eventually. You never know.
Hey,
It could start falling
Who do you
off in
think's-
20 or 30
Who do you think
years.
would go bald first, though, of all of us?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
No, I don't want to make a...
Maybe me or Billy. I don't know.
Yeah, I was
Me?
kind of thinking you,
mean-
Jonathan or Billy.
I could see.
Yeah.
I could see Jonathan going bald just because his dad went bald.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually don't have any...
That's
At least
true.
my all male direct ancestors that I know of have never gone bald.
But the females are just.
The
you gotta-
no, I guess no. But so I think genetically I'm looking pretty good. But you're right. Maybe
Okay,
it
really?
will happen.
I'm looking to go gray early. Definitely, that's in my genes.
Oh, really?
I already got some gray hairs.
That's not too bad, actually. Yeah.
Probably
Yeah,
can get
touch of
stressed
gray.
out, but yeah, a little bit of it's better to be a silver fox than a bald weasel.
Okay. Man.
I totally kidding. All right, well, anyways, yeah, thank you for playing along.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that is
thank you
our-
for making that game.
That is
Yeah.
our coincidence, our hair coincidence solved. So next time you see us at Culture Shock, at the T-shirt booth, expect us to be having these crazy hairstyles.
hair.
Yes.
Look forward
So-
to it. So should we get into a little bit of a hair
A
discussion?
little bit of
I guess?
some hair talk.
I guess we didn't really plan too much for this hair
Yeah,
talk.
it's
did
really
we?
No, we should just let it be.
Let
Be
it-
extemporaneous.
Yeah.
All
Hair.
right, so hair, you love it. You
We did
hate
talk
it?
about how it was like
What
weird
would you
when it's
rate
off
it?
you.
What would you
Oh,
rate
what?
it? Oh, we could rate each
Would
other's
you rate
hair.
it? Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I don't want to do this.
That's
Not on
That's kind
air.
of mean. Yeah.
Just gonna. I can't take
What's
the
that
humiliation.
mop on your head there, buddy?
Ooh.
No, but in all seriousness, we all have hair except for those who don't. We all gotta love our hair. But we all have very different hair. Sergey has thick. This is for people who don't listen, or who don't know what we look like.
Oh.
But thank you for listening,
Yes,
even though you
Sergey
don't know
has
us.
thick black hair. Straight when it's short, but a tiny bit wavy when it's longer. I'd say.
Yeah. Yep,
Yeah,
that is very
a little
true.
bit.
That's fair. Jonathan's got some golden locks like freshly mown hay. They're greased back in the typical business guy look. What can he say? He's a banker.
Hey, what can I say?
Billy has got some nice Midwestern brown hair,
Western brown.
the color of
Of cow
Lake
manure.
Michigan.
no, the color of a beautiful chestnut mane.
Oh.
And his hair, it's not ostentatious. It's not saying, "Hey, look at me." It's not saying, "Hey,
Don't look at me.
It's very humble, but it's also good. It's not
you.
saying, "Don't look at me." It's just good hair.
Clay. What does someone else want to say about Clay?
Oh God, what hasn't been said yet
Oh
about
man.
my beautiful hair?
It's a luscious mane. I don't know. You definitely have the curliest hair.
You do.
Yes.
It's
far.
it's a good. I don't know. I mean, I want to say Midwestern brown, but that's already been said. I think we
I
have
don't
pretty
think-
similar-ish hair.
We have
colors.
similar hair tones. My hair is very curly though. For
It's a
people
good.
who
It's a
don't
good
know.
hair tone. What can I say?
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey.
Throw in the making.
The luscious
Throw in the
curls.
making. I actually always used to have an
Yes.
afro when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my mom would never let me cut my hair short when I was a kid. So I
Really?
always had a
Oh,
little bit of an
interesting.
afro. Yeah,
Oh wow.
because she really liked it apparently. And obviously, when you're a kid, you don't really care about your hair.
Yeah,
that's true.
Hey,
So,
it could look good. I could see you with a fro.
But yeah, send in your tips for what we should do with our hair, because Jonathan actually
Yeah.
needs a haircut.
I do. I actually scheduled one for Wednesday morning.
Oh,
Or
so
Wednesday
we got-
afternoon.
Oh,
but-
so what are some ideas for him to get?
Where is it so the fans can show up?
Yeah.
Oh, I
you
will be
doing
going
autographs?
to. I will be doing autographs, actually. Yeah. So I'll be going to Trevor at the Ritz at 1 p.m.
Oh.
If you want to come see me on Wednesday.
You
This
could.
Wednesday.
Perfect time to get his autograph shaved onto the side of your head.
Yes, exactly. No, so I would say Jonathan looked really good with the 2004, 2003 faux hawk look.
Really?
Throw on a puka shell necklace, get like a white wife beater, some big cargo shorts, and he's on his way to the
Name him
beach.
Skylar.
Skylar, yeah.
Skylar.
No, we actually, well, Jonathan has two conceptual kids named Skylar and Tyler.
Skylar and Tyler.
And one of them has like a sort of Justin Bieber hair, which Jonathan used to have actually.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you should go for the 2003 faux hawk. What do you think, Sergey?
I was thinking that would look good. You know what? Also, I think would look good.
What?
High fade.
Oh, high fade.
High fade with maybe like a pompadour at the top or
Ooh,
something.
what about like a man bun?
Pompadour.
Ooh, a man bun? Well,
I don't know about
getting a
that.
haircut.
That's true.
No, you could get it extended.
It's a hairdo. Hairdos. This
Oh,
is
true,
hairdos
yeah.
and don'ts right now.
Billy, what do you think? What do you
right,
think?
yeah.
What would you do with Jonathan's hair if you could be as lucky to be as Trevor in that seat of the race?
I don't know. I mean, I like his hair how it is, kinda. I like all your guys' hair how it is.
Maybe like a monk cut where it's like he's gonna get that ring of hair and everything else is bald.
Yeah,
I
It's
think-
like the medieval monk.
Yeah, I think the only way to improve Jonathan's hair would probably be, I don't know, completely cover it up so I don't have to. No, I'm
Okay.
joking.
Come on.
Burkas, Jonathan, you should look into those.
Burkas.
Yeah, they can completely cover your hair. And
No, it's gonna just cover your hair. You don't need to Google it. It's not an actual hairstyle.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm just looking at. I'm trying to picture myself wearing this burqa.
Find a cool burqa, like a good color.
Yeah,
Maybe like
a-
camo, like, floral print that could be Hawaiian.
Maybe a Nike burqa for when I'm
Ooh.
working out.
Do they have Nike burkas?
I think they do actually. Isn't that a thing?
Yeah. I think that is a thing.
Oh, well, more power to those women in burkas working out.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be a burqa, wouldn't that be like a hijab? Because burkas, I think, are like the whole thing.
Oh.
But I think it would be a better solution for Jonathan. Cause,
Yeah, they might have both. I don't know.
oh, yeah, they could. Well, our discussion about hair has been getting a little hairy lately.
Ooh. Yikes.
So now I think it might be a good idea to answer some questions.
Yes.
Definitely.
Oh, we have 4 questions now. Oh, my gosh. So, our first question is from Duncan. Duncan asks, if you weigh 99 pounds and you eat 1 pound of nachos, are you then 1% nacho?
I guess technically yes.
I think for a short period of time you would be, until your body digested. But yeah, you would be 1% nacho.
Really?
Well, actually, I don't think you would, because you know how you get that nacho dust on your fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you
you
know how much
actually-
nacho dust you'll have on your fingers. You can't eat all of it too.
But since it's on
Yeah.
your fingers, is that technically part of you?
Oh,
Oh, right,
that's
yeah.
your weight.
Oh, I guess so. Maybe.
That is part of you.
Well, there's that thing like the human body's like 99% water, and if you drink too much, you'll like just turn into water.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true, actually.
There's that old adage.
That's a
But
fact.
I think we all agree that yes, you are 1% nacho. I've never thought about this before.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
I think it only works for nachos. If it's another food, no, it doesn't work. Like,
yeah,
if
no,
you're eating like
no.
tortillas,
no.
breakfast burritos, no. Nachos, that's an exception.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
Do you wanna get into
No,
it?
you go ahead.
All right, so the next question comes from Colin, and he asks, "Who can do the best impression of the Walmart yodeler?"
This is actually a coincidence.
Because this question came in before the show started.
And before Colin knew that the show was about coincidences.
And,
And
the fact
that I had been yodeling earlier.
Yes, exactly.
And we were planning to talk about it.
And we're talking about the yodeling.
Right.
It's
Coincidences within coincidences.
coincidences happen every day. This is what I was telling you guys.
Yeah.
Some
Well,
of us
who
don't
can
realize
do
it.
the best impression?
Well, hey, as scared as I was, I think Jonathan probably did.
Maybe
the
we
best.
should all go around in a circle and try it. So,
All right, Billy, hit it off.
Okay, man, I've only heard this guy a couple times. I don't know any of the words. It's like,
Should we play a little clip of it or no?
play a clip.
yeah, play
We're
a
gonna
little.
play a quick.
I need to base
Play
my
a quick
impression up.
Yeah.
What does he even say? He's like,
Well, I wanna do my thing.
I don't even know what he says.
oh,
No.
No, that's
Well, I wanna. Oh yeah, I don't know what I do.
All right, here we. I'm just gonna do the beginning part. Okay.
Yeah, that's all I see is the beginning part.
All right. I've heard enough. Okay.
the picture.
We get it. Okay, here we
Come
go.
on, give me a break.
Yeah, I don't know how to do. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I had a lot to do.
Oh, that's pretty good.
The
Yeah.
second one is definitely better. Yeah.
There's my impression.
Okay, Jonathan?
Maybe not as good as the master over here.
I don't know what to do.
He's been practicing.
right. Yeah. I don't even know.
All right. Well, I don't know what I do. Isn't that right?
Pretty
Well,
good.
wait here. Well, I don't know what I do. Okay, that's just
Well, Sergey, you weigh in. Or no, you
No,
do it
your
too,
impression.
actually. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to do it?
No wrong
Here we go.
answers here.
Well, I'd want to do
I like how you're trying to match his singing pitch too.
That was pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe we all did good. I feel like maybe you send in who you thought was the best yodeling.
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, tweet at us. Or should we put out a Twitter poll of who does the
Oh,
best?
we should put out a
we
Twitter
will,
poll, yeah.
we will.
Best
We'll
yodel.
do that right after the show.
And then we can announce next week. We'll announce our own picks for who we thought did the best yodel.
Oh, sounds good, yeah.
All right. Next question.
Yes.
Oh, comes
That's what we were
from
waiting for.
Braden. Yes, he says, what are the stereotypical haircuts for different majors?
Then he says, pompadour? Yes. Very yes.
That's an unrelated thing, I think.
crap.
But yeah, he loves the pompadour.
Okay, so business majors, they always have exactly the Trump hair.
Trump hair.
Exactly. It's like
Yeah.
blonde, it's like blowing in the wind, it's like weirdly shaped. Oh, all of them do. And then, when you have your religious studies majors, they have the monk hair.
The monk hair.
Which is the one
right,
circle
yeah.
of hair and everything else is completely bald.
It's either that or the long stereotypical Jesus hair.
Yes, exactly.
flowing.
But with a beard also.
With a beard, yeah.
Yeah. And then,
Let's think,
your music majors have a little bit of that crazy white Beethoven hair.
Right.
Which is kind of going everywhere. Like the boys, girls, they all have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the science majors, they kind of have similar, like, spiked green hair, like a math
Yes, yeah.
It's like in their chemical lab, like pouring chemicals into
Right, because they just have like a chemical explosion and
Yeah,
their hair
exactly.
turned that color.
And
Yeah.
like, there's no point in rearranging the hair all the time because it's always going to get like out of order. Every
Yeah,
time they
yeah,
do
yeah.
Whenever an
mix up
explosion
all those
happens.
explosions.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And the art majors, they always have that Salvador. They don't have hair, but they have the Salvador Dali mustache.
Right,
It goes up at the end.
Their hair
And
is
they're
just
bald.
slicked back too, or it's like bald.
They're either
Yeah,
bald.
kind of
They might be wearing a little French-looking cap.
Yeah,
or
they're always
something.
wearing like a French beret, like a little.
Right, yeah.
And then they have like a spiky mustache that goes up.
Yeah.
The botany majors, their hair just looks like a pile of dirt. But then they've got one little sprout coming up on the top. One little green sprout.
Daisy had an AZ.
Yes, exactly. Wait. Let's think of other
We'll
ones.
see when he's there.
Journalists actually don't wear hair. They just wear like 1930s hats with like a little card in the brim, and they go, scoop, see? Extra.
the scoops.
Scoop, gotta read all about it. And they have like a little notepad in the brim that they take out and write
Oh,
stuff on.
man. And accounting majors just wear those little green visors, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they don't have
They'll be
hair
like
either.
typing on their keyboards, like,
Yes, they don't have hair either. They just have the little
just a little green visor.
It's pretty insane. And then education
this is
majors, they just wear dunce caps.
Okay,
And then they'll put it
really?
on people's
Come
heads.
on.
No, like look, they wear it for safekeeping. And then when they
yeah.
teach, they will put the dunce cap
Oh,
on
okay,
your
I
head.
got you. I
No,
got you.
you're not a dunce for pursuing a career in education. Quite the opposite, actually.
Hey, the School of Public Health kids, they just wear one of those headbands.
They just have a hazmat suit at all times. Yeah, they just walk around in a full hazmat suit. Those doctors always wear like the medical like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
kids.
little band with the CD on.
I like how we're talking about hair is more just talking about people's hats.
Yeah.
And then what about history majors like me? What do we wear?
You're like a colonial wig, like George
Yeah.
Washington.
This is like a George Washington style wig. on our
You got
heads.
wooden teeth in too,
Yeah, no, definitely. And then maybe or some of the kids will get like the Caesar hair with the garlands coming out of their ears.
Oh, yeah,
That's very common as well.
Yeah.
Math kids, their hair is like very like a geometric shape.
Right, yeah.
On maybe.
Yeah. Maybe a parallelogram,
Yeah, parallelogram. Maybe parallel lines just going up forever and ever and ever, so their hair never stops.
Or it's like an infinity loop.
Oh yes, exactly.
And then those computer science kids, they just have like the bowl cut with like the weird nerdy glasses.
Yes.
Yeah.
The pocket protector.
Yeah.
And the barely there mustache.
And the-
yeah,
exactly.
like then you're
And the headgear.
Oh yeah, the braces that go all the way around their head and like a metal thing.
Yeah, that's part of that. That's part of their hair.
Oh yeah,
Well
totally,
known
totally.
fact. No, I'm joking.
I think it's at every school at IU.
It's most of them, yeah.
Have
What
you
about the dance majors? What do they have? They just got crazy, like, dancing around here, right? I don't even know.
What about international
What do you think?
studies?
International studies?
They wear like
They
those
just
little
have,
red fezzes. They don't have hair.
Yeah. Either that or they have a flag shaved into their head.
Oh yeah,
It could
definitely.
be any flag, yeah.
And then lastly, of course, SPIA kids. They have the
Ooh, what do they have? I don't
they're
even know.
mostly bald actually.
Yeah.
Not a reference to anything, but they I think like 90 to 95% of SPIA kids are going bald already.
Yeah, probably.
Probably from all the stress of whether they'll get a job when they graduate. Hey yo!
Okay, really?
I'm kidding.
Wow, come on.
Wow.
So yeah, that's a
Sorry to
very,
be
a very long
kids
answer for your
listening.
question.
I didn't.
And we're running a little bit over time, but we do have one last question
Yes,
from
This
the
is
Cold
by the way,
One
this is
fan
WIUX
club.
LP Bloomington.
Yes.
Incredible
Yes,
voice
it
corner
is,
our
yeah.
part, yes.
Top of the hour.
So this question comes from the Boys Cold One fan club. Camille. She asks, spaghetti or Play-Doh for hair? Which would you rather have, I guess, is what this is implying.
Is this like the Play-Doh spaghetti hair? You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I know there's
You
like
get a creature, like a little toy, and
Yeah.
you squeeze this Play-Doh through him, and he grows hair.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think it's spaghetti or Play-Doh.
Yeah, which would you
Oh,
rather
like
have?
the spaghetti Play-Doh or the normal spaghetti.
Well,
I had
if I had
spaghetti.
spaghetti hair and I worked at a restaurant and some of my hair fell in the food,
Oh, yeah,
like
no one
it.
would care, yeah.
No one would care at all.
Yeah, but if you had Play-Doh hair.
you might have some
Although some
lawsuits
people
on your
do
hands.
eat, some little kids do eat Play-Doh.
Just wear a
I do
hairnet.
eat Play-Doh, but the only problem with Play-Doh is, hey, if I leave my hair out too long to dry, it's gonna get all cracked and
true.
Yeah, and if you ever like lay down on your bed, you're gonna like have stuff all in your hair.
Well, I mean,
That was one thing that made me sad.
well,
is-
spaghetti's not going to be any good either, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it'll go kind of go bad after a
sound
while,
good.
right?
You can only do so much with spaghetti. I'm gonna say Play-Doh because think of all the molds, those Play-Doh molds you can put. You can make your hair
hair's
look
completely
true.
hardened,
Yeah.
though.
I guess that's
Hey, I mean, I don't
have
really
all
care
sorts
how
of
hard it
colors,
is.
you know?
I'm just for the looks.
My parents never let me play with Play-Doh or silly putty unless I was at the kitchen table, because if not,
it's
it would just get all
Oh,
like
yeah.
hair and dirt in it, and it would just be so
Oh
gross.
yeah, actually that is gross. But when
But it's not silly. But that's more silly putty actually than Play-Doh.
yeah,
Like one time I think my brother left silly putty in his bed. He had, like this like silver like metallic thing.
Ugh, yikes.
I'm gonna go spaghetti though personally.
Yeah, I might have to go with the Play-Doh actually.
I'd go with the spaghetti.
I'm gonna
You're smart,
make
man.
us tied and say the Play-Doh. Although it is a tough decision.
That is tough.
Although we would, if we could, we'd all have the Shia Pet green Play-Doh.
right, yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yes, if we could. I like how like they give that to characters who like never even had hair. Like
Yeah, I
Scooby-Doo.
know.
Yeah.
They're like okay.
That always bothered me.
Yeah,
actually.
exactly. Or it's like just like random characters,
Or
like
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like, why does he?
this SpongeBob with his green afro.
Oh man.
Anyways, well, thank you for listening. That's about all the
Yeah,
time we have. this
Yeah,
week.
sorry for going over. And little tease
Oh.
for next week. We may
Oh.
have had 2 topics in one episode. But that's not the only 2 in one episode that's going to be
True.
happening.
Yes.
We're going to have 2
Shows.
Two new
basically.
faces.
Two shows in one.
2 shows in one show.
We're probably gonna have a special guest. 2 guys from a different show.
Two cool dudes.
A show crossover.
Yes, the first
Yeah.
time this season. Not the first time in history, but hey,
Yeah, first time in a while.
first time in a while. Definitely, we've been missing a crossover episode. So yeah,
Yeah,
that'll be
yeah.
next week. So we look forward to you listening to it.
And in the
basically,
meantime, have a great week.
Yeah.
Have a great night.
If you have a lot of work
Thanks
like
again
me-
for listening.
good luck on that. Have sweet dreams, and thank you so much for listening. As
Yeah.
always, good night.
Good night.
Good night.